Hi, I'm Savannah Bell. I graduated from Severna Park in 2014. Then I went to Florida State University where I majored in professional sales and business management. I was on the professional sales team there, and if you're interested at all in a career in sales, I would highly recommend joining your college's sales team if they have one. It really was a great experience and opened a lot of doors for me and still continues to open doors from my relationships with the professors there. And so once I graduated college, I moved to Chicago and started a role in IT recruiting, which is one of the fields of sales. From there, realized that wasn't quite the right fit for me, moved into insurance sales, but always had a passion for IT. Was just really surrounded by a lot of people who were in the IT field, especially for my first role, I was doing technology recruiting. So was approached by this company, OpenBots, which is where I work currently. They're a tech startup founded out of New York, but I work 100% remote. I am the director of strategic partnerships and alliances. So my day-to-day looks like connecting with high-level executives of implementation companies. So our product is a robotic process automation software, which is a lot to describe to someone that doesn't know anything about technology, but the people I'm talking to are usually very technical, but occasionally they are more so on like the business and sales side. So I'd say the most important credentials for someone that wants to be in this type of role, normally you do need a bachelor's, but one of the reasons I chose the profession in sales was because I wanted to make a significant amount of money, but I didn't want to go to school forever to do so. Sales is the highest paid career that you can have if you're good at it. So it's a really great avenue for that. But also, I'm very extroverted. I'm definitely a people person. And so it gives me the opportunity to interact with people every day. And they're normally people that are very interested in what you're selling. If they're not, then they're probably not the right person for you to sell to. So it's a great opportunity to really interact with people if that's something that you enjoy. And you definitely have to be very dedicated and hardworking, especially working from home. I don't have someone looking over my shoulder every day. Everything I do is on my own time, which is nice. I get to play with my puppy all day, but also work. I'd say, yeah, that's definitely the most challenging thing, but most rewarding is getting your customer a solution that actually works for them. And normally when they're pleased, they refer you to other people who that tends to be the easiest and most lucrative sale. So really building strong relationships, I'd say, is the most rewarding part of this position. In terms of other jobs in this field, basically every company has some sort of sales division. So if you're interested in sales, I would say just figure out what industry you're interested in, and then you can find a sales role in that industry. So like I said, I've done recruiting, I've done insurance, you can do medical device sales, the list goes on and on. So really great career to get in, I would say. It affects my lifestyle in a great way because I'm able to support myself. I'm relatively young and have had a lot of success so far. But also it gives you the flexibility to, like I said, work from home, but also travel a lot. With COVID right now, we're not traveling, but once that opens up, I'll get to travel to my larger clients, which will be fun to actually meet people in person. And in sales, it's almost always needed, but it does depend on what industry you're in. So depending on the economy, your sales might fluctuate. So when I was in school, that's actually something I thought of. And I've heard that insurance sales always going to be necessary. People always need insurance. Like luxury products, not always something people need. So yacht sales, real estate, things like those can be more difficult. I know alcohol sales are always very lucrative. And so there's a lot of different options there. And other than that, changes going on in the occupation, I would say it's becoming much more needs focused. So people used to think of sales as your slick cars salesman that is just trying to get as much money out of you as possible. And there's absolutely still companies that run their sales programs that way. But I think as an industry as a whole, it's really tailored to the customer now, understanding their needs, doing what you can to make sure that they're in the best position possible, because ultimately that leads to the best for the company that's selling as well. So I think it's going in the right direction as an industry as a whole. There's a lot of more interesting products out there these days that people are diving into, and it's never something that's going to be replaced by a robot. It's kind of something that's kind of funny about my job is sometimes people are afraid that what I'm doing is going to replace their position as a whole. It's really just mundane, repetitive tasks that robots are going to replace. You can never replace the cognitive, human, creative aspects of a position. And sales is something that you really need to be a real human to do. So it'll always be around, which is nice. It'll always be pretty lucrative. So I guess that's it. I hope everyone, learned a little bit here, and I'm not sure if they give out contact information, but if they do, you're always welcome to reach out. Go to Falcons.